CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a quick look at today's top stories.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look at downtown Miami, we have been tracking severe weather. All this as we inch closer to hurricane season. Today, NOAA released its outlook for the new hurricane season. We're going to get to that. But first, next weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler is tracking severe weather at this moment. Cindy, what's the very latest?
We still have a few storms out there. It's been a very busy afternoon. These thunderstorms became severe with funnel clouds. We've had hail and winds over 50 miles per hour. We still have a flood advisory in effect for the Davie, Pembroke Pines and Hollywood area for the next few minutes. Most of the stronger storms have now moved into Palm Beach County, and they just had a tornado warning up there. But this is where we picked up heavy rain today. We still have some ponding and puddling. This is a flood advisory. It's going to be expiring in about 15 minutes. So this area really was focusing on this afternoon. 1 to 2 inches fell very quickly with these storms, and they picked up intensity quickly at about 1 o'clock this afternoon. And you go south, we still have more storms regenerating down here now in Miami-Dade County. Areas that did not get the weather this afternoon, still getting that sunshine. Temperatures warm again today with lots of juice in the atmosphere. Now you're starting to see these outflow boundaries again like we've seen so often this week. So these storms are going to try to make their way to the northeast. So Cutler Bay, you're going to be in line for this. Also downtown Miami could pick up some more rain later on this evening. And anytime you get these little outflow boundaries, they can pop up severe very quickly. So we're going to be watching for that. Where did we have the storm reports today? Several of them. Hail, this one, Cooper City. This was nickel-size hail. We also had a severe thunderstorm gust around Hollywood Beach Gardens, 49, 50 mile per hour gusts there. Hail also, pea-size hail around Opelika, Miami Beach, and also 45 mile per hour gusts. This was at near the airport. But down south, we actually had a funnel cloud, and I know on social media you're getting reports that this could have been a tornado. National Weather Service has not confirmed that, but there was video of something that did look like it could have hit the ground. But again, we're going to wait on that and get confirmation from the National Weather Service. But right now it's called a funnel cloud. Also 56 mile per hour winds. That was near Country Walk. So a lot of severe weather today. Showers and thunderstorms yet this evening. They're going to rain themselves out eventually, and overnight we should finally calm down and be a lot better there. So that's the good news. NOAA came out with its hurricane outlook for the season, and really no surprise here. Looking for an average season forecast, 12 to 17 named storms, 5 to 9 hurricanes, 1 to 4 major hurricanes is what we're thinking. And there are several ingredients here. We've got El Nino developing. That usually keeps it down, typically favors a below average season, but that doesn't mean that we could not get hit, because at any time there's always that risk. It only takes one, because we've got a lot of rain coming off of Africa, warmer than normal ocean temperatures, and that's what we're going to be watching. A system just off to the north right now this weekend, not going to be a threat, but it'll bring a lot of rain to the Carolinas.
Weather ahead. Thank you, Cindy. We are learning that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis will make an appearance and meet with donors later tonight. CBS News Miami's Joe Gorcha reports from Brickell with more on the story.
Well, there's undoubtedly some buzz in the air following Governor Ron DeSantis' announcement that he's entering the run for the White House. Now, today compared to yesterday, certainly a little bit of a different atmosphere outside the Four Seasons Hotel. Still a good amount of media here and folks walking around taking some photos because of all the anticipation and the buzz of what's in the air following the announcement. But when it comes to anti-DeSantis protesters or pro-Trump supporters outside the hotel, we haven't seen much. We did see a small contingency of anti-DeSantis protesters try to make their way inside the hotel, but officers put the kibosh on that from happening and sent them back outside the hotel, and we saw them leaving the area earlier this afternoon around 1 o'clock. Now, we've also seen additional security alongside of Miami PD, which has a presence inside and around the hotel with what's happening. Our colleague Jim DeFede has learned Governor Ron DeSantis was expected to meet with donors during the day as the donors dial for dollars. More than 100, DeFede was told, making calls hoping to raise anywhere between $8 and $10 million. Now, the presumed frontrunner in the primary is former President Trump. He's been very active through social media and campaign emails criticizing Governor DeSantis. And DeSantis telling Pulse of NH Radio that it shows that Trump knows he has a chance to beat him and that he offers folks a record of achievement that's second to none. And coming up at 5 o'clock on CBS News Miami, we'll let you know if Governor Ron DeSantis picked up a key endorsement here in the state of Florida and what his campaign kickoff trail looks like for next week. Reporting in Brickell, Joe Gorcho, CBS News Miami.
Miami-Dade police tell us that no one was injured, fortunately, but this could have been very serious. Taking a look at some pictures right now from Chopper 4, police say they received a report of a stolen black BMW that through a license plate reader, they were able to track the vehicle to Northwest 79th Street and 13th Avenue. They say they approached two people inside that parked stolen car, and Detective Alvaro Zabaleta says this is what happened.
As the detectives approached the vehicle, the driver began to reach under the driver's seat. They were given verbal commands to show their hands. The driver did not comply. The officer discharged his firearm. Fortunately, it did not strike anyone, but the subjects at that point placed the car in drive, pulled out of that parking lot, and went eastbound on Northwest 79th Street. The driver that was reaching under the driver's seat is on federal probation. He has a past of firearms, narcotics, theft.
Detective Zabaleta says the second person inside that stolen car had two outstanding warrants. Now, he says the two suspects were caught after taking the car to Northwest 10th Avenue, 79th Street, bailing out and fleeing on foot. So far, they've not been identified. Charges against them are pending. Zabaleta says, finally, this is indeed a warning that when police tell you to put your hands up, you should listen.
All right, thank you, Peter, for that report. We've got new details on a former aide to Miami Mayor Suarez. He is charged with child pornography. 51-year-old Rene Pedrosa pleaded guilty in federal court. Investigators say he connected with a 16-year-old boy on social media about a website design job with the city of Miami. Police say that he admitted to kissing and inappropriately touching the teen at City Hall. He also confessed to receiving sexually explicit images of the teen. He is set to be sentenced in August and faces up to 20 years in federal prison. And this is on the heels of Miami Mayor Suarez's decision to possibly run in the Republican 2024 presidential primary. He's also facing corruption allegations. According to our news partners at the Miami Herald, the mayor has been working as a paid consultant for a developer and earning about $10,000 a month. When we come back, the Florida Panthers are headed to the Stanley Cup. We're going to take you on the road to victory next. Welcome back. It was an epic game for the Panthers.
The Florida Panthers are heading to the Stanley Cup Final.
Yes, simply amazing. For the first time since 1996, the Florida Panthers are bound for the Stanley Cup. The Florida Panthers swept the Hurricanes, and we were there for all the action. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis has the breakdown.
Well, what a game for the Panthers. Sweep the Hurricanes to advance to the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time since 1996. And you couldn't paint up a more perfect ending to this game. A power play, 4.9 seconds left. Matthew Tkachuk gets that winning goal. I was in the locker room after the game, and take a look at some of this excitement. First time into the finals since 1996. Is there some pressure coming into the next game?
No pressure. We don't put pressure on ourselves since round one against Boston. The pressure's been on the other team. We've been the underdog, so it's going to be no different next series. Whoever we play, we're still going to be the underdog, and we're happy with that. We love that situation, and just the same mentality as round one, and keep going from there.
Going back out in front of it is Tkachuk, who scores!
Winning goal with 4.9 seconds left. You can't story up a more perfect ending. What was the emotions for you in that moment?
Yeah, it was great relief. It's a big goal, and it's that goal basically said that we are going to Stanley Cup final, and it's awesome.
Tell me the emotions that were those last 4 seconds, and then getting that in to win it.
Yeah, the emotions for today very high. Went up and down. We had a lead. They tied the game. We got the power play. We knew we were going to get the chance, and I'm really happy the guys were able to score from the chance. But such an unbelievable feeling. It's been a long time since, actually just once, that Panthers has been in the finals, so I can't be more excited to be a part of this story and be a part of this team.
And they will go on to face Vegas or Dallas in the Stanley Cup Finals. Vegas currently has a 3-0 series lead over Dallas. Now, the Panthers, this franchise has never won a Stanley Cup Final. So there's a lot of drive. There's a lot of determination for a team that everyone doubted this entire postseason. Reporting from FLA Live Arena, I'm Trish Kurseka, CBS News, Miami.
For the second time in just 8 days, a small banner plane has gone down in South Florida. Fortunately, this time the pilot survived, but his condition is very serious. The plane crashed at North Perry Airport in Pembroke Pines. Authorities say the pilot was the only person on board the plane when it went down. No other injuries were reported from the crash. In this week's Miami Proud, meet a Broward County teen whose passion for writing is helping other kids follow their dreams. CBS News Miami's Maribel Rodriguez has the story.
There's so many great parts here that I can hear your voice.
It sounds like a normal conversation between a teacher and student, but this is anything but.
Did you ever think oh my God, when did this ever get made into a movie?
13-year-old Lila, a 7th grader at North Broward Prep, has always loved to write.
Since I was really little, I loved to write little picture books. And my teacher helped me at a different school at the time, but I was writing a picture book called The Adventures of Super Victor.
And that's where it all began for Lila Draws, a picture book called Super Victor to now this, Carl's Side.
My book is named Carl's Side. It's about an orphan who runs away from his uncle to go looking for his parents. He ends up in a parallel fantasy type world where he meets a lot of different magical creatures who help him along his journey. Some are good, some are bad.
And her English teacher, Mr. Fishman, proudly helped her bring it to life.
Kids are amazing, that if they want to do something, they can do it. And Lila's the perfect example. She wanted to write, she wanted the story, she had to get the story out, and then, she had this book published.
Lila has already sold hundreds of books and is donating all the proceeds to an organization close to her heart.
I'm donating all of the proceeds from my book to the Literacy Coalition. So far, we've raised about $1,000 for them. It makes me feel like I have a good opportunity to teach other kids that you can also write a book no matter how old you are. And I want to inspire other young writers to do what they love.
And this is not the last time we're going to hear about Lila. She is already working on other books. Aside from writing, she's also learning to play the violin, to sing, and taking acting lessons. What an amazing young lady. The power of CBS News and the CBS News Miami stream are always at your fingertips. We're on Pluto TV, and the best part, it's all free. Or you can find us on your favorite streaming device with the CBS News app. Then click CBS News Miami. And that's your Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Hope your day's off to a great start. Stay with us right here for more news on CBS News Miami.